Okay, I think now is a good time to start. I'll just introduce everything. So, hi everybody. Thank you so much for joining us on a Wednesday evening. I know as working professionals, it's really difficult. I think it's going to be really difficult for me if I were in your place to tune out of work and log into or sign into a webinar at 6 p.m. But I think it's the ambition, it's the aspiration of upskilling yourself, of attaining a higher level of qualification that keeps us going, that keeps us moving in the right direction. So, which is what upGrad's main endeavor and mission has been, that we really want to give you as much of an equitable, democratized, accessible platform to study from some of the best universities in the world, one of which is University of Massachusetts. UMass is certainly not a new name and certainly not a name that you're hearing from me for the first time. It's a public university, state-funded, and falls, so UMass has multiple campuses. All of them are below or near US top 100 schools on the US News World Ranking report. So that said, I'll introduce myself. I'll let Rakhi introduce herself and the speaker. So I am Praneet. I'm the Associate Director of University Partnerships Worldwide for upGrad. I myself have been a student in the US. I started from the University of Pennsylvania, Wharton, and GSC. And I think studying in the US has been one of the best experiences of my life and changed the entire course of my life. So I am assuming that when you take this bold step, when you hear from our speakers today, you would be moved, and I'm sure you would have the audacity to take that bold step and make a choice to study in the US. One of the advantages of the upGrad model is we let you start in India. We let you start online. We don't ask you to abruptly leave your jobs. We don't ask you to abruptly change your lifestyle and then immediately move to the United States. We let you do a few courses online, save tons of money, and then get reduced coursework at UMass, finally go to UMass and still be eligible for the OPT or the optional practical training that you are eligible for when you take up a STEM course, which is 3 years. So it's lesser cost, the same benefits, lesser coursework, but you're academically more ready because you've done a data science intensive course from IIIT Bangalore, which is one of India's #1 private tech schools. But for now, I think the question in the room is, what is UMass all about? What is this course about? What is the curriculum about? And we'll hear this from the horse's mouth herself. Let's hear it from Susanna. But before that, I'll let my colleague Rakhi introduce herself and introduce our worthy, distinguished two speakers who are going to make our day and give you more updates on UMass. Thank you very much. Over to you, Rakhi.
Hi, so thank you so much for the introduction, Praneet, and a very warm welcome to all our viewers. I'm pretty sure you've got a very good context of what is to follow in this discussion. My name is Rakhi Talukdar. I'm a senior associate. I'm handling sales training at upGrad abroad. And today we're going to speak about earning a STEM degree from UMass Dartmouth. I'm sure you've already got a little bit of inkling of what is UMass Dartmouth all about. So in the discussion that is to follow, we will get into the intricacies of the program. But today we have with us Miss Susanna Lu. So Susanna is a BA First Class Honors student in Public Relations and Advertising from Hong Kong Baptist University. She also holds a MS in Mass Communication from Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville. And in respect of her professional experience, she's been a multilingual international educator, and she holds over 10 years of higher education, student services, and administrative experience in North America and Southeast Asia. So in the course of these 10 years, she's worked with a very diverse student population when it comes to program development, recruitment, and management. And I think she's really looking forward to also working with the international students and welcoming them to the University of Massachusetts Dartmouth. So thank you so much for being here today, Susanna. And I would like to hand it also to Akshay to share a little bit of introduction about himself.
Thank you, Rakhi. Thank you, Praneet, and the entire upGrad abroad team. Hi, everyone. My name is Akshay. I have been working in the international sector for almost 9 years now. I work very closely with Susanna and we would be your primary point of contact, starting your journey from upgrad till the point you reach onto the campus. Once you're on campus, I won't be there, but you would be meeting Susanna. So if you have any issues in terms of your course registration, in terms of your housing, or in terms of enrolling, Susanna would be able to help you out. I won't take much of your time. I would be handing over to Susanna so that we can straight away start our discussions around UMSD. And once we are done with the presentation, I'm sure majority of your doubts and questions would be covered. Still, if you have any, we are here to help you out.
Sure. Thank you so much, Akshay. So for all our viewers today, we are here to talk about the Masters in Data Science course from UMass Dartmouth specifically. And as you know, data science has become a blazing career choice. And if we talk about, especially with regards to IT professionals, then it's become a hot favorite. And data science as a field is one of the fastest growing careers in the US, especially, where you can earn an average salary of as much as 1,20,000 to $1,50,000 as well. So Susanna is going to talk to us everything about what opportunities also lie for you post completion of this course. But now, without any further ado, I'll hand it over to Susanna to share her presentation with us.
Thank you, Rakhi, and thank you, Praneet. Yes. So, hi, everyone. Good morning and good afternoon, depending where you are. I'm so glad to have this opportunity to be with you all here with Akshay to tell you a little bit more about University of Massachusetts Dartmouth and where we are on campus and where we are able to provide you in terms of the academic and career development. So, as they mentioned in the introduction to similar to Praneet's experience, I was an international student in the US as well. So I do share the experience with you about study in the US, and then hoping to use that opportunity to help with your career development. So I hope this presentation will be helpful to give you a highlight of who UMass Dartmouth is and why the data science program will be a good fit for you. So before we start, I also want to tell you a little bit more about this geographic where we are in Massachusetts. I'm sure most of you have heard about Massachusetts and then the wealth of education resources they have in the US. It is the #1 state for education in the US, stated by US News. We have the most educated population here in the US. Here in the state of Massachusetts, we have 50% or more population that have bachelor degrees. And as you might have heard, a lot of the Ivy League university and colleges are also in the state of Massachusetts alone. And it is the #1 state for innovation as well, ranked by the Milken Institute. And I'm sure the other things that a lot of the international students and their family are concerned about is the safety. And Massachusetts is the 3rd safest state in the US. So you are definitely in a great place when it comes to university ranking and also other resources here in Massachusetts. And for UMass D, I will go into a little bit more details about the academic and research background. But in general introduction, University of Massachusetts Dartmouth is part of the University of Massachusetts system. It is ranked the #1 public university in England for University of Massachusetts Dartmouth. Combined with all our faculty and students, we have over 687 million annual research and development fund. And this is a key indicator as we look at the ability for a university to continue their research and bring in the cutting edge education and technology for their students. So it's very important. And there's 6 colleges at University of Massachusetts Dartmouth. As the introduction mentioned earlier too, University of Massachusetts Dartmouth is also part of this large University of Massachusetts system, which is a quite common practice in the US. We have these public university system that have a very different campuses. So you see under the University of Massachusetts system, we have UMass Amherst, UMass Boston, UMass Dartmouth, UMass Lowell, UMass Law, and UMass Chen, UMass Global. But University of Massachusetts is the only campus that's on the coast. So it's a coastal campus, as you could see here on the web, on the PowerPoint and on the map. We are situated right by the coast, the only coastal campus in the UMass system. We are only half an hour away from Providence, Rhode Island. Many of you might have heard of the state of Rhode Island. It is the smallest state in the US, but also with tremendous education resources. We are only an hour away by car from Boston and 3 hours away from New York City. So just at UMass Dartmouth, you have access to 3 major US metropolitan city, and that also brings with 3 major international airports. So there's a lot to explore, even just being a student here on campus and also out in the community. And in terms of the student and faculty ratio, there are 17 student average per classroom, and we have a 15:1 student faculty ratio, which is quite low when you look at public university. So really, truly at UMass Dartmouth, you have a true national research university resources, but a private college experience. So you meet a lot of diverse students on campus. We have student population for both undergrad and graduate level that represent 22 countries around the world, which India is the top country for where our international students are from. And we have International Student Association here on campus that will help students, and they often create very good and meaningful social events as well for students to connect both locally and globally. And career aspects wise, we have more than 96% of our graduate that they will get into their career right away or go on to graduate studies. So a little bit about UMass here. I want you to watch this very short video and to hear students why they pick UMass Dartmouth out of all these options.
Susanna, here's what, so we're not able to hear the audio. So when you screen, so you'll have to quit sharing once, and then when you reshare it, then just select that share audio.
I think I have, let me see.
Otherwise, Akshay, can you just get me the YouTube link and I can play it, or Rakhi can?
Let me do then the actual link.
Sure, yes, that should be better.
Yeah, with this better? Let's try it again.
No. So stop sharing once. So once you stop sharing, and then when you restart sharing, then you have a small tick that says share audio.
Yeah, I clicked that, so it's now.
Here's what, could you send me the YouTube link and I could play that for our spectators?
Yeah, is it working now?
Yes.
Okay, great.
One of the reasons I chose UMass Dartmouth is because I came in undecided, and our university offers over 90 different majors.
I came from far away and I was looking for a school that I could make into my second home.
My main selling point was the simulation lab used for nursing students.
I'm a bioengineering major and I'm a senior here at UMass Dartmouth.
I'm a student ambassador here on campus.
I'm a third-year nursing major with a minor in global health.
I'm a marketing and advertisement major.
I'm a senior political science and economics major.
I'm a criminal justice major.
I'm a computer science major. I come from Brazil.
I chose UMass Dartmouth because of the affordability, of course, but also because of the community feel that the Circle and the Ring Road brings to campus.
I got to be involved in D3 athletics, which was something that I was looking for in a college.
We have Providence, that's 30 minutes away. Boston, that's an hour and a half away.
I chose UMass Dartmouth because I love how diverse the community is here.
You see people speaking different languages, you see people from different places in the world.
My favorite spot on campus is the Grove.
My favorite spot on campus is definitely Cressy Field.
The lounge is in the freshman, actually the freshman area.
Definitely the library.
The library living room.
The library.
The library.
I go to the gym a lot in the athletic center, and they have Zumba classes and they have yoga classes.
I really felt like I got to get a true college experience with everything that was going on around me.
The warm, welcoming feeling was really inviting for me.
It's really just that centric community feel that I've come to love at UMass Dartmouth.
Get involved with everything, especially like your first year.
Because it's your college experience and you get out of it what you put into it. It's just a great place to be.
So this is just a nutshell from some of our both US students and international students to talk about why they choose UMass Dartmouth, even though they all come from different backgrounds and they choose different major. But as you can see, UMass really provide that community feeling and also the diverse culture that make UMass D become their second home. A little bit background about where we are as a community as well. It has a very rich Portuguese culture locally, where UMass Dartmouth too. So even in the US, you're able to have this opportunity to get to know other cultures and food and other through community activities and also museums and other things. So there's a lot of option for students to choose from, both for academic resources and community events. And like I mentioned earlier, we have over 100 programs that offer on campus. And of course, I'm going to focus on the data science program, which is our collaboration with upGrad today. But just kind of give you an idea how diverse the course offering and the expertise that are shared here on campus at UMass D. So a little bit about the 6 colleges that at UMass D. First, we have the College of Arts and Sciences, which is the largest college on campus. You want to learn more about this college as well, because data science is also part of this colleges, where you take some of the foundational courses and interact with the faculty for different classes and research opportunity. And also the College of Engineering. Data science is also part of it, which is a very unique setup. I will go into it a little bit more later. And College Engineering is ranked the best engineering program by US News and World Report back in 2021. And it's also ASEE, American Society for Engineering Education Diversity recognition. So there's not only the recognition and the accreditation for our College of Engineering, this is also one of the most internationally represented program we have on campus. And you see our faculty that are come from all around the world and bringing their expertise in the field that takes students on the last level in terms of career and research. And we also have the Charlton College of Business, where you might have the opportunity to explore other courses. So I also want to bring it out there. The School of Business is AACSB accredited, which put us in the top 5% in the US for the accreditation. There's also the College of Nursing and Health Sciences is also a very popular and in-demand career right now in the US, and we provide a global health minors that is open to all majors. So if where you are at UMass D, you want to explore some knowledges and offerings in this area, and you could explore the Nursing and Health Sciences College as well. We also have the School for Marine Science and Technology. This is a very unique and one and only program that in the UMass system. Because of our location, we're located right on by the ocean. So it provides the location and technology for students to further explore in the marine science and technology field. And then we also have, last but not least, the College of Visual and Performing Arts. You might not be taking classes in this college, but I also want to bring it out with the NASAD accredited. Our College of Visual and Performance Art provide a lot of good opportunity in terms of gallery space and exhibition. So it is a good area for you to explore the community and the culture through our College of and performance arts as well while you are at UMass D. So I guess the big question a lot of students will ask to why out of all the schools I will want to take data science at UMass D. So I want to break it down and talk a little bit more about the UMass D advantages for data science. As I mentioned, when I talk about the 6 different colleges, data science is positioned very unique here at UMass D. It's interdisciplinary. What it means is you are part of 2 very strong departments, which is the mathematics department that's in the College of Arts and Sciences, the biggest college here on campus, and also computer and information science department, which is part of the College of Engineering here on campus. So you have the outstanding resources and expertise between these 2 very strong departments for being part of data science program. And it's also very versatile. The data science program focuses on harvesting the potential for the cutting edge big data and transform different area ranging from healthcare to business to government. So in terms of the future, no matter you're going to research or more the business practical side, there's a lot of background information and knowledge you'll be getting during the degree program that will help you to be flexible. And again, last but not least, career ready. So through the data science program at UMass D, you'll be able to develop a very unique skill sets across the discipline, having that background. And you will also be able to learn about how to integrate different concepts across disciplines, because basically that's what you do. Learning about data science and UMass D, that's the model. And you'll be able to communicate your ideas effectively with different diverse community. You'll also be able to work on projects to apply the knowledge through action. So there will be research projects or group projects in courses that are very relevant to today's problem we're trying to solve. And then you also be able to have the opportunity to learn how to incorporate data to understand the field that you're interested in. And last but not least, you're going to able to develop and use automated methods to collect and analyze data, which in today's big data world is a very essential skills that you'll be able to learn through this program. And I also want to, other than these things that I cannot highlight, I want to show you this short YouTube video too, to talk a little bit more about what UMass D is working on for data science.
Right after, I think we could do this, right? Yeah.
Susanna, if I may request you to put it on full screen mode.
Yeah, sure. Let me, I will just do the full link here.
In the 21st century, we are all connected. And every connection is a data point. Changing, pinging, updating. Megabytes aggregating into terabytes, into exabytes, into yottabytes. Compiling, interweaving into something we call big data. And that big data holds great promise to lift us up, to make us safer, to expand our opportunities, as long as we can unlock its secrets. The University of Massachusetts Dartmouth is leading the way into this new frontier, educating the explorers of tomorrow in an interdisciplinary data science program that offers undergraduate and graduate degrees. Combining engineering, mathematics, computer science, and statistics with the social sciences. UMass Dartmouth's data science program is inspiring a new generation of thinkers to be data explorers who are able to dive deep into data science to unleash new ideas and make new discoveries.
Second one was a little bit off.
In the 21st century, the world is getting smaller. Change is accelerating. Problems are becoming more complex. As we all move faster, who will have the power to slow things down and take a closer look? Who will have the vision to see what others are missing? Who will uncover the smallest clues? Who will untangle the most complex problems? Who will help us bridge the most difficult divides? The UMass Dartmouth Data Science program is opening up new opportunities, training a new generation of great explorers to graduate ready to harness the power of big data for the real world of today and tomorrow.
That is great. Susanna, if you don't mind, a couple of our students have already put forth a few questions.
Yeah, and I see some of the questions which we are going to go into as well. So yeah, I'm going to finish up with other information about the program, and then we can take those questions as well. Yeah. So yeah, as you saw in the video, that also give you a taste of the campus. There's some actual footage of the classroom and the facility and the interaction between students and faculty. And like I mentioned earlier, the data science program really has the best and the most resources here on campus, and you see our faculty come from all different disciplinary, and they're all coming from different countries around the world. And I would like to highlight these three faculty. They were not able to join us today for the webinar, but these will also be your future mentors and advisor. Just to give you some examples, so like we have Professor Vijay from the mechanical engineering, who's originally from India, and he's also the director of graduate program that will be looking at your application and give you further guidance. And Dr. Scott Field, who is associate professor from mathematics, he's a co-director for the data science program, and you saw him in one of the video interacting with students in class. And we also have Dr. Irene from the computer and information science program. She's also the co-director for data science. So it's very clear that UMass D put in the interdisciplinary focus on this data science program. We bring in two programs together to give students the maximum resources and choices when it comes to exploration in their research and their career choices. So again, why do we want to get a head start for your UMass D journey with upGrad? We talk about, thank you, Praneet, to talk about a little bit more about credit transfer and also how you can start the program just from home without having to move across the country right away. So in terms of credit transfer in this program, there's the total credits for this MS degree and data science at UMass D is 30 degrees, 30 credits. But then for the total transfer credit, which you could take it at home online through the upGrad program, is 6 credits. And as you can see from the graph, these are the 6 credits that we have worked out with upGrad that for you to finish at home or online to prepare for your journey at UMass D. So the remaining 24 credits, you'll be taking them on campus, having the in-person experience in the US at UMass D and also in the community as you build on those skills to help you for the next step. And it's very flexible in terms of schedule. We are accepting students for both fall and spring semester. So you can start the program with your own pace and to see when it's a good timing for you to start and join UMass D. And in terms of the rates, I know there's a question about the tuition. So we put it out here for you as a reference. And the tuition fee with the current rate after course waiver is about $30,000 a year for tuition and fee. If you break it down to per credit course, it's about $1,260 per credit. And of course, it's typically the tuition fee might increase each year by the university. So right now, this data is for 2023 and 24. If there's an update, we'll let you know as well. But I would also want to highlight the unique point about data science at UMass D. It was actually ranked the best master program with the best value school in 2021. So what that means is students are getting the most out of what they pay for this program. And in terms of living costs, I know I talked about briefly where we are geographically. So compare when you think about students that need to live in their major metropolitan city like Boston and New York, it's a very affordable and low living cost here in Dartmouth. It's about 12,000 USD per year, and there's no on-campus housing requirement, which means you could choose the housing option based on your own financial planning, and then you could rent an apartment off campus, near campus. We are in this very robust community just around campus. There are a lot of choices in terms of off-campus housing, and in terms of going into the city or to shopping area, UMass D also runs a scheduled bus route for students to go to different points of location in the community. And for work, you will be with the F1 visa status, you'll be able to work up to 20 hours per week on campus for on-campus job during the academic year. And you can work up to 40 hours a week during the official breaks. And you are eligible for what we call the CPT, Curriculum Practicum Training, after you finish your first full academic year here in the US and UMass D. So this is all benefits that comes with your F1 student visa in the US. With the current regulation, the CPT is something that students who are an active student here in the US, they will be able to take on a position that's related to the academic discipline. In this case, data science. Most of the situation will be an internship off campus that not only brings you income, but also help you to accumulate those work experience to help you jumpstart your career after graduation. And you will be qualified for what they call the STEM OPT, optional practicum training. So this is a work authorization that you're able to apply for after you finish your degree at UMass D. And with this authorization, you'll be able to have 3 years time to work in the US with a company, not only in Massachusetts, really US is any states that you find a position or a company that's of your interest and that's related to the field of data science. So compared to other non-STEM majors, as a student graduate with a MS degree in data science and UMass D, you have a 3-year time of optional practicum training in the US that you could start on. And in terms of career choices, these are some of the data we see from our recent graduates. They are really diverse and at the cutting edge for today's industry. We have a graduate working in green power grids to modeling fusion, from business to engineering, or big data company like Google, Amazon, or Tesla, Morgan Stanley, or Facebook. So we have students really across the board, especially for data science, because it's such a diverse field. Students can concentrate on different skills and bring that to the workplace. And in terms of starting salary, from the most recent salary survey from the National Association of Colleges and Employers, students are making $75,000 to $155,000 per year in terms of annual salary in the field. So this is really a rapid growing area, and they need a lot of talents to go into these positions. And again, this is just some picture to show you what you can expect when you get here on campus. Other than academic and going from classes to classes, we also have great athletic facility for students to participate in events and matches. And we have a brand new dining hall on campus, so a lot of choices for different ethnic food for you to choose from. A great gathering place for students, no matter it's just a study session or lab technology that help you to work on that problem solving you want to be involved with your faculty and your peers. So, yeah. And a little bit more about our support with our partnership with upGrad. A unique place about this is from application to graduation, you do have the individualized support from us for this program for upGrad. So we work very closely with upGrad on course transfer and related question, kind of what Akshay was talking about earlier. If you have any question about cost transfer, we are there for you. We'll answer any question you might have when it comes to how to map out your journey from upGrad to UMass D. And we follow up on each application and update you every step of the way. We understand university application could be complex and very overwhelming, especially if you're working full-time at the moment as well. So we will make sure that we update you and help you every step of the way as you prepare your journey in the US. And we are the only UMass D official partner that is local here in Dartmouth, Massachusetts. As Akshay mentioned, when you get here, you get to meet me in person. So you have a point of contact just right here on campus if you have any questions or anything you would like to resolve. And we also provide onboarding program and related support along your UMass D journey. So our partnership doesn't just stop at the admission process. We help you every step of the way until you graduate from UMass D, and hoping that you'll become one of our star graduate and share with us where you'll be working in the world, and then what other tips and ideas you want to share with our future students in the program. So again, it's a lot to offer at UMass D, and I hope I will have the opportunity to welcome you soon here on campus. And yeah, feel free to ask Akshay and myself any question you might have.
Yeah. So thank you, Susanna, for the detailed information about UMass, and like you correctly mentioned towards the very end, that there is so much that UMass has to offer. Now, one of the things that really struck me about this Masters of Data Science program is the fact that it is also open to individuals coming from various backgrounds and not primarily a tech background. For example, two people who are coming from a business background or coming from a social sciences background or liberal arts. So just to, just if you could come and, help us understand that people who are coming from this background, how is the curriculum really set to give them that advantage, and how is it that the curriculum has designed to provide them with that kind of an aptitude, so that post graduation they are really being able to get the job opportunities that are available out there.
Yeah. No, thank you. I think, yeah, you're very spot on in terms of why UMass is a good choice for data science. We do have students from very different backgrounds. It could be someone that's from more humanity background, but want to get into the big data field and get a degree in data science. So that's the other reason this partnership with upGrad, we have the set courses to help students to start and get acclimated in the field and make sure they're prepared for the foundation courses. So that way, no matter where you come from, professional-wise or academic-wise, we are able to identify which direction you want to go with this degree, and then help you to be more effective for the career you want to go into after graduation.
Yes, absolutely. And I think we have a very interesting question here from a student in journalism, and they say that they have a 3-year undergrad degree in journalism and mass communication, and they've done quite well in their bachelor's. They have a CGPA of approximately 9 on a scale of 10. So how would you say, and what would you suggest, how can they take up this Masters of Data Science program, and how can they make the most out of it?
Yeah, thank you for that question. And yeah, that's definitely my background as well. So great to see someone's from journalism and communication that's interested in data science, which I think it is the direction in the big data world we're in. So I think what we do and the unique thing we're able to provide is we look at each individual application and see their background and then match them with the courses. If there's some shortage instead in terms of the between the student's background and the admission requirement will help the students to select the courses that they need to make up for it and to work with the students along the way to make sure that they have those basic knowledge in the required courses. So.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
in terms of GPA, we also do the evaluation. So then we're able to see where students is at in terms of the US standard GPA.
Yes, absolutely. And I think this would also be helpful for the other person who's asked this question, that you're coming from an electronics and communication engineering background. So can you venture into this field? Absolutely. In fact, you know what Susanna has also shared in terms of how the market is trending, and that clearly says that there is a lot of demand for people who are also coming from multidisciplinary fields and they want to venture into data science. So it's an incredible opportunity out there. Now, Susanna, in terms of that, I'm sure all our viewers also have this question that how does UMass really prepare you for the job opportunities in terms of the career support services that they provide? So if you can help us throw some light on that.
Yep, so we have an excellent career center on campus that connects students to the local opportunities. And in terms of where we are geographically, I think we're definitely at the advantage compared to other campuses. Because like I mentioned, we're only half an hour away from Providence, Rhode Island. So you're getting these resources not only in Massachusetts, but also Rhode Island. And you can pick where to go for your internship. And also nowadays, a lot of the internship could be done remotely. So your playground is definitely broader and bigger where we are. And you can also receive those resources and opportunity through the faculty here. Our faculty, again, have great resources and great connection in the industry. So there's a lot of different points that you can get connected to going to the local career fairs to learn about what the openings are out there.
Yeah, absolutely. And in terms of that, I would also like to tell our viewers that you, of course, do receive a lot of hand-holding in terms of the services that UMass is offering, in terms of the career support services that UMass is offering. And they boast of a very incredible employability record with over 96% of graduates being employed. So that's incredible. And I think that should not be a challenge at all. Now, Susanna, you did, touch base upon the tuition fees for this particular program. And, it's approximately $30,000 for the 1 year of study that they are going to be doing at UMass. So a lot of our viewers have this questions that are there any scholarships available for them if they go via upGrad?
Yeah, right now we don't have a scholarship option, but like I mentioned, in terms of the living expenses, is relatively affordable where we are. And there's also opportunity for students to plan financially with the F1 visa. You have the opportunity to start working on campus. So then that will be a part of your source of income. And then other than that, after the 1 year, then you can go on to the professional jobs, could be an internship or a part-time job off campus. And so that could give students some ideas how to plan ahead financially, which I understand is one of the key things for students to consider.
Absolutely. I think that's one of the primary considerations. And this program also is open to people who would be coming with no work experience. And definitely they would like to prepare their finances better. But that having been said, for those of our viewers who've also asked whether this is a hybrid program, yes, it is indeed a hybrid program. And you can start this program, we all have batches that start every month, which means that you can start the online component any month that you would like. Towards the end of every month, approximately on the 30th or 31st, we start the online or the hybrid part at upGrad. And the initial, 8 months of course, you are going to be doing a course called Advanced Certificate Program in Data Science from IIITB, which is a #1 private technical university in India. And essentially that 8 months of program is going to be helpful to get you market ready, so that once you go to UMass, you can be prepared to make the most out of the curriculum that is there at UMass. So in terms of that also, Susanna, if you could throw some light on what would be the fee that a student would have to incur if they were to do this course entirely on campus at UMass, because that will also give them a fair idea about the savings that they will about the savings that they can make if they're pursuing this hybrid course.
Yeah, so definitely the student will need to spend that a full year here on campus, and both is for the fulfilling the requirements for the F1 visa, so they can get the STEM OPT upon their graduation. And I see one of the question asked about the course format. And when you are here on campus, most of the courses will be in person. As you see some of the interaction, there are some lab opportunities as well. So it's very important we have those in-person environment, then you can try out for those technology and interaction with faculty and other students as well. So the cost will be what we just presented in terms of tuition and fee. We're looking at about 30,000, and then living expenses. So depending on where you live off campus, it will be about 12,000. But there's a lot of choices here on campus as well. And I also want to touch on the point as student asked about the campus job. So right now, the minimum wage for Massachusetts is $15 per hour. So that's where the starting salary is for on-campus as well. But we have a wealth of data for open positions here on campus. So it could range from working in the dining hall to research opportunities, working with faculty, or working for one of the academic offices. So there's a lot of different options to choose from when you get on campus. And as you get to know others as well, and you can explore what are the right fit for you when it comes to on-campus job. And I'll highly recommend it too, not only for the financial reason. This is also a good way for students to get to know the campus and the community better and get connected outside of their classrooms.
Yes, absolutely. Thanks for sharing that, Susanna. I think we're getting a lot of questions inquiring about the internship opportunities that are out there and the average wage, so on and so forth. So that definitely is a primary question in the mind of the learners, that what opportunity awaits me. So in terms of that, if I were also to tell you, this is a STEM-based course, and essentially, if you look at data, then if you consider STEM opportunities in the US, they're supposed to be the best in terms of, firstly, the kind of specializations they offer, the niche areas that you get to work on, in terms of the pay scale, and also in terms of the ample job openings that there are. And I think we've already covered in great detail that how in demand the field of data science really is. So Susanna, talking more about also the resources available to students in order to ensure that post completion of their graduation they have a job at hand. So does UMass also have collaborations with industry partners?
Yes, so there we have alumni around the world and also across the US. So as you saw some of those examples about where our student landed. So there's also that alumni collection there. And also I mentioned about the job fairs, both in the community and also maybe out in the Boston area. So students do have firsthand access to these resources that will help them to network and also to just explore what might be the right fit for them when it comes to the career development after getting this degree.
Right. Thanks, Susanna, for sharing that. As we close on this webinar, because I think we have a couple of minutes left, there are some viewers, and one of their questions is that when is this program going to start on campus? Susanna, I believe there are 2 intakes, and the earliest that students can go to the campus is the January 2024 intake. So you've already covered in detail about what services it is that your office provides. But any suggestions that you have for our learners in order to help them make a smooth transition?
Yeah, definitely take the time to get to know the courses that you're going to take with upGrad, and make sure you have a above average performance, because we do value those GPA for those courses as your entry requirements. And then make sure you do have a language course. We do take IELTS, TOEFL, and Duolingo as a language requirement. So having those score in handy is very important, as most of you know those language scores are only good for 2 years. So if you've taken them before, but then getting close to the 2-year mark, you might want to consider taking it again. And right now, GRE is still optional. So it's very accessible for students, especially when you're a working professional. You probably don't have as much time to prepare for standardized tests. So just focus on the course with upGrad, and also the language exam. So then you'll have all the information and materials you need when it comes to application to UMass D.
Yes, absolutely. And you've rightly mentioned about the requirement of an English proficiency test. So for our viewers, you can go ahead with an IELTS score. So they require an IELTS score of 6.5, and they also accept TOEFL and Duolingo, if I am correct, Susanna, on that, right?
Yeah, TOEFL
Absolutely.
is 80 and above, and Duolingo is the equivalent, so 105 and above.
105 and above, absolutely. So one of the things that, of course, our viewers would like to know, the statement of purpose happens to be a very integral part of their application. And a prestigious university like UMass receives applications from all around the world. So how can you suggest them to enhance their application? And I would like to ask this question, especially from the perspective of a person who has no prior experience in data science, or who comes from a completely different background.
Yeah, I think definitely highlight your expertise in your current field, and then make the connections, and talk about maybe your personal story, why you want to go into this field, and what you hope to accomplish by studying data science at UMass D. Because again, this is an interdisciplinary program, and that's the beauty of it. We don't limit students in one particular field. So if you could show what you can bring to the program, and how that will help you to go on the next step academically or career-wise, and that's something you I'm sure the faculty are looking for. And if we have those 3 faculties here with us today, I'm sure they will agree, because we do get applications from across the field, and with students from different background, no matter academically or career-wise. So we are happy to have that diverse pool, so that way we could have a very diverse classroom to share different lived experience as well.
Absolutely. I think that is one of the highlights of this program, that you are going to be interacting with individuals who are coming not just from diverse countries, but also from diverse fields. And I think Susanna has very rightly mentioned, and I think that is exactly how the current economy, or the current market is trending. That is what the market demands of you, to have more interdisciplinary skill sets. So thank you, Susanna. This has been a very engaging and interactive discussion. And I'm sure our viewers have had a lot of their questions answered. So we just have a couple of minutes to go before we close this webinar. So if there is anybody who would like to ask
I think as connections from Rakhi is breaking up a little bit. But
any further question, then did you lose me there?
Yes, yeah, I think it's better now, but your picture is still, there's better. Yeah, it was frozen and we didn't.
Yes, absolutely. So sorry about that. But, I was just mentioning that, we have Susanna here for the last 2 or 3 minutes, and Akshay as well. So if there are any viewers who have any further questions, this is the best time to really get the maximum out of Susanna's time. And, you can ask her whatever other questions that you may have. All right, great. I think that goes on to say that Susanna, that was a very elaborate presentation, and I'm sure through that presentation, they've been able to have all of their queries answered. So thank you once again for taking out the time today to both you and Akshay. And I hope post this discussion, you know, a lot of our learners are really encouraged to pursue this incredible program at UMass.
Great. Well, thank you again for the opportunities, and it's great to be here and get to talk about the program. And yeah, feel free to contact us if you have further questions about anything about the program, really. And we look forward to welcoming you on campus very soon.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much once again. Good evening.
Yeah, thank you.